Modern wealth preservation protects numbers, but life is not lived inside a portfolio. Life is lived in places with people, food, water, routines, health, meaning, and memory. That is the difference between wealth preservation and life preservation. Wealth preservation asks one question: how do I keep my money? Life preservation asks a deeper one: how do I keep the conditions that make life worth living? Those are not the same question. A person can preserve wealth and still lose optionality. They can own assets but lack a place to go. They can have savings but depend entirely on one city. They can have investments but no relationship to food, water, shelter, or community. They can be financially rich and practically fragile. Modern wealth preservation usually focuses on assets: gold to preserve purchasing power, stocks to compound, bonds for income, cash for flexibility, Bitcoin for portability, real estate for inflation protection. All of these can matter, but life is not lived inside a portfolio. Life is lived in a place, with people, with food, with water, with routines, with health, with belonging, with a sense of agency. This is where useful land becomes philosophically different. Not every piece of land, not speculative dirt, not land with bad title, not land with no water or access. Useful land. Land that can become shelter, a food system, a retreat, a community, a second base, a place where financial value becomes practical capacity. Base 2 is not only interested in preserving capital, it is interested in preserving optionality for life. That means the asset must do more than sit. It should support use. It should support experience. It should support people. It should support systems that remain meaningful across multiple futures. A normal investment can answer, "What is this worth?" A life-preserving asset asks, "What can this do?" Can it host my family? Can it connect me to another country? Can it provide food experiences? Can it create community? Can it operate as a retreat? Can it remain useful if markets change? This does not mean abandoning finance. It means reconnecting finance to reality. Because money is a claim on the world, but land is a piece of the world. A claim is useful only if the world around it functions. A place has a different kind of value. It is not always liquid, it is not always simple, it is not always high returning. But when chosen carefully, it can preserve something money alone cannot: a life architecture. The architecture of shelter, the architecture of food, the architecture of movement, the architecture of community, the architecture of memory, the architecture of meaning. That is why useful land can be more than an investment. It can become a container for the life the investment was supposed to protect. And this is where wealth preservation can become incomplete. If wealth only preserves purchasing power but not place, it may not be enough. If wealth only preserves money but not place, it may not be enough. If wealth only preserves assets but not the human systems that make life possible, it may not be enough. The goal is not to reject financial assets. The goal is to ask what they are ultimately for. Are they only there to become larger numbers, or are they there to protect a life? A good life may need money, but it also needs somewhere to be, something to eat, people to trust, a way to move, a place to gather, a reason to return, a sense that the future is not entirely abstract. This is why place-based wealth matters, not because it is always superior to paper wealth, but because it answers a different question. Paper wealth asks, "How much do I own?" Place-based wealth asks, "What can I still do? Can I live? Can I host? Can I grow? Can I gather? Can I belong? Can I preserve the conditions of a good life?" That may be the deeper form of resilience. Safe wealth is not only wealth that survives inflation, it is wealth that can still shelter, feed, gather, and ground you. Preservation should mean more than protecting purchasing power. It should mean preserving a life worth living.